So, hi.
Hi, Diane. Thank you for coming down and talking to us today.
Absolutely.
And willing to share your story, because it's
you.
an important story.
Thank you. Well, my name is Diane, and I've realized, I started drinking. My first drink was like maybe 12 years old, with vodka at a girlfriend's house, and did a lot of pot and alcohol in high school. Did AA meetings, and my parents put me in like a rehab at 16, 15. I was ready to get in trouble at school for drugs, already going in the wrong direction. Probably realized pretty quickly that I had a problem. Tried to work on it throughout starting teenage years, sitting in AA meetings. My partying, I call it partying, my disease led to homelessness. We were in the car with my mom once. I was with her, and she said, "Diane, that's going to be you one day." She pointed to a homeless lady, and I look at her, and she's got like a basket and completely homeless. And I'm like, "What? That'll never be me, ever." Well, my parents tried. Everyone tried it. I've been to a million rehabs. One of the rehabs, I couldn't wait to get out to go drink. I already had it. I knew I was going to. So people just stopped trying. They need to live their lives and not watch me destroy myself. It took me years to accept that they did the tough love and let me go do this on my own. So they wouldn't let me back in the house. My cousin drank herself to death at 48 years old.
Wow.
My parents watched her as she was yellow and died. And my mom's like, "I'm not going to your funeral, while you drink yourself to death." And it took me years to realize not to blame them for that.
Yeah, I bet that was hard.
Yeah.
How old were you when they said, we can't help you anymore, you're out?
In my mid, in my 30s, I was working and still drinking. I was doing speed up to like 30 years old. I don't know what happened. We just got in trouble, almost got in a lot of trouble. And so I just slowly turned to alcohol, hardcore. I was maybe like 33, 34. I got a DUI back to back, 2 DUIs. The second one, I was so angry. The first one, I was hammered, and I knew I deserved it. And the second one, I just had a couple airplane bottles. And was parked with the keys in the car, and an officer knocks on my window, and I was bitter for a long time about that. And so I became homeless with my license taken away, and I still was living in my car without a license, and that was sure. A lot of anxiety.
So how old were you then when you realized? So was it your parents kicking you out and you said, "Now I've got nowhere to live but my car"? Or?
My car, my friends were all done.
Everybody was done.
I was like 30, like maybe 35. I have to count on my fingers.
That's
sorry.
Okay. I do that too.
And actually, I'm not sorry. Yeah, because that's just the way it works for me. So sold the car. I cried about that. Had a warrant or something. You know what? I honestly don't remember at the time. A lot of it's a lot of hazy. Just so much wreckage. Got was in jail for a month for the second DUI. You have to do time no matter what. Got that out of the way. And the first night I was maybe 34, 35. Maybe a little before 35 years old. I was sleeping my first night. I remember I slept at El Toro and Rockfield, where that little sitting area is, just on the either 4 corners of it. Now there's a fence up. Yeah. And I'm sleeping, and I'm freezing, and I don't know what I have with me. And I've been looking around, I'm like, this has to be a joke. My parents have got to be around to come get me somewhere. So my first night, I'm sleeping on one of like this. Can't even believe it. I'm like, and there's a homeless gentleman next to me. He gave me a little blanket. I was so thankful. His little alarm set off. He got up and went to work. Well, that's where it just started. Absolute homelessness, sleeping on the side of buildings. I had food stamps. Just got to know the homeless community. Lots of angels from this gentleman working at a hotel always fed me. He was the one who would serve food in the morning. I have lots of angels out there who help me. Officers, Officer Pequeño, Officer Parker, came and asked, I need a toothbrush. Here's ways to get help, Diane, when you're ready. Well, it ended up being 7 years out there. Riding a bike, having a boyfriend who he's still out there. I will always love to death. He's a good friend. I told him I'm not going to leave him alone out there, I promise. Until this day, making sure he's told he's loved. Well, one day I was with a friend, and he had a camper. His name's Henry. He's passed away. He was out there helping homeless people. It took me years to finally accept him as a friend, to just inspire me when I can. And I was sleeping on the sidewalk. I would always sleep with a vodka bottle under my pillow. Had vodka 24 hours a day. If I didn't, I would start shaking really, really, really bad. I was one of those people who you see on a bike with a ton of bags. Everywhere you're not allowed to sleep.
Just like your mom said.
Just like my mom said. I ask God for thanks every time I'm in a shower, because that is so huge. You're out there with a disease. I was. Everyone's got their own reason why they're out there, whether it's maybe a mental condition, untreated. For me, it was a disease of drugs and alcohol. Well, after 7 years, I can't believe it was that long, doing my best, praying a lot. I was sleeping on the ground one day, and I got up and I handed my friend my vodka bottle, and I said, you know what? And he told me what I said because I was too drunk to remember. And I said, sleeping on the ground sucks ass. Excuse my language. I handed him almost a full vodka bottle, which you never do. You got to finish it first.
Yeah.
I said, take me to detox. So he's all, okay. It was like the middle of the night. And we go to Mission Viejo Hospital, and we try to get admitted. And they go, we can admit you, we're not a detox center. And I said, well, I have a bunion, which throbs a lot. Can you admit me for that? So they did.
Wow.
They admitted me for that, and they gave me the electrolyte yellow bag of fluids. And in that morning, with my friend Henry on the side of my bed for hours as I'm starting to detox, they, in a gown, they drive me in an ambulance to Laguna Beach Mission Detox Center. Mission Laguna Beach Detox Center, best place. I actually realized after the haze went away, I was there once to detox years and years before. It just wasn't my time. I maybe had a week clean and went out and drank and used again. So I called my friend 2 days later. This was a medical detox. I said, oh my gosh, I can't be here. Can you come get me? He's like, disappointment, but okay, Diane, well, you sure? I can be there at 9 tonight. This was maybe 4, I'm guessing, in the afternoon. I'm like, okay, please come get me. And I call him back about 2 hours later. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll give this a shot. Loved every moment of it. Detoxed through it, went through the classes. It's not even classes, it's just groups where the staff is so wonderful. You get fed. We did yoga. We did Zumba. You're kind of in a haze. You get your body going. You get to order anything you want to eat. 4th floor view of panoramic view of the ocean. Wow. Oh my gosh, it was just my time. I had the miracle of God lift the obsession of wanting to drink. I don't think about it. I don't want to drink. When I used to try, I would be in a fetal position and all I wanted to do was drink. One day, just God lifted the obsession of alcohol and drugs, and today I have no desire to want to drink. I met someone in detox who I did move in with and became sober with, and from that day forward never looked back. I just feel God every day. Started volunteering at sorry, I'm drawing a blank at FAM, Family Assisted Ministries, their little thrift shop, and they helped me lead the way. And till this day, everyone's my angels. I love people. I do what I can inside to help tell them they can do it. God loves you. I got a job at the 99-cent store. Oh my gosh, best place ever. People come in and buy like 30 pairs of socks to help an orphanage down in Mexico. Someone comes in, it's their daughter's birthday party. People who are down on their luck come in, and I get to bump them, fist with them and tell them they're important, just be there. So God lifted me off the streets I always held a vodka bottle. I know how to balance recycle bags, let me tell you. And so many people helped me out there, from workers who, reconstruct buildings, to officers, to even homeless people. We're like, Diane, stop drinking. You don't need a drink. And then they're homeless people. Yeah. They're like, Diane, you don't need a drink. You're better than this. And there are centers. It takes some time, but there are ways. There are insurance. If just talk to the officers. They would ask, come on, I'll help you get a driver's license. And I would resist it, getting in the back of a cop car. I don't think so. I'm not. They might take me somewhere I don't want to go. They'll help you get a license. You need a license to get help, and just follow when you're ready. There are services out there when you're ready. If you have a hurt foot or whatever, just go follow the liaisons, guides, because they're police officers. You don't want to get arrested.
So there are people who think that when they see homeless individuals, that those people are lazy, that they don't want to work, that they'd rather do drugs and stuff all day. What do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about when they see homeless individuals?
Well, I don't know about misconceptions, but they don't want to be out there. They have a disease that is just so powerful, or a mental state, or maybe they are lazy right now. They just don't, life is so hard. I got kicked down by when people who you think you can rely on forever, you lose them. Sometimes you feel the world is so bigger than you, it could just swallow you up and spit you out. And the fear of that makes you want to go crawl in a hole sometimes. It's hard to, disease and alcohol for me, I can't explain. And the streets are theirs too. We're born and we're allowed to be on this planet too. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if they might, they try to find places to go. I just know for me, there are people who, they're equal to me. They're just in a hard spot in life. And if you read the Bible, I try to read with my friend every week, and how Jesus just had, served the homeless. I try to just follow. I don't have it all together. I just know, let God work through me. Misconceptions. Give them a break. They're people too. That's all I can say. They have some of them talk to themselves, which I don't understand. You know, I didn't have that. I talk to myself, but on a daily basis, just to keep myself company.
Yeah.
Just give them a break. They're not. They need to do what they need to do. Just don't look down on them. They're one of us, whatever that even means. Just give them a break. Give them a light. I tell them God loves them.
So you grew up in Laguna Hills. Mom and Dad were together.
Yes.
Nice neighborhood. Orange County life. And it was the drinking that led you down that road. It just innocent drink at 12 and could have happened to any of us.
Yeah. And I did have family. They just, my mom is a huge Al-Anon. I go to Al-Anon a lot. It just helps me to learn serenity. Ways to review a situation in life where God is at your side, and there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Were you able to reconnect with your family, or?
No, it is the biggest miracle on the whole planet. My parents are my best friends. I just talked to her this morning. I would be out there on the streets crying. What if I'm this old homeless person and I die on a park bench without anyone knowing? The fear of that is so great. I can't explain it. It's scary. And I called my mom one day. I told her I had like 2 months sobriety, and we're best friends. It's a miracle that's unexplainable. It's too great to explain. I wish I had better words for it.
So you grew up in Laguna Hills.
Yes.
The other side of the freeway. What brought you to El Toro and Rockfield? Because at one time, as you know, there was quite a camp there, or quite an.
Yeah, I've been from Aliso Viejo, El Toro, Santa Ana a little bit, down in San Clemente. You just crash, or you find a little spot until you're kicked out, which is the side of a building under a bush.
Was it scary?
It was.
You're a.
It was scary.
Small woman.
It was scary, and you kind of make for me, I try to just make sure I'd introduce myself, and kind of make friends. It was pretty scary. I guess that's when I just had God. I didn't get attacked or anything, which I can't even believe that. But it was absolutely scary. I guess that's when I reconnected with God, and just I just made civil friends out there to not have someone want to get mad at me or mess up my stuff while I'm gone. I come back, and it was the people who had homes and stuff would throw my stuff all over. Gardeners would throw away my things, and you have to start over, and with like a toothbrush and your clothes, whatever that would be. And you'd wander, and you just, I don't know, you just do your best. It's everything's taken.
Yeah. So what could the police do or cities do to help more people succeed like you? Is there? Well,
do their best with their liaison. They would come and tell me, Diane, we're here when you're ready. You have to just be ready. At AA and stuff, you hear stories that, they were alone and someone just came and told them they were loved. I panhandled. People would give me money and go, I was just where you were. And they'd had nice cars, and you're like, what? They were? Wow, this could turn around one day. Everyone's got their story. Some people out there, their family, they don't have family. They've all died. Some of them go to AA meetings and try. And just the homeless are allowed to be there as much as we are. And I say hi to them, and I don't know, and you could one day too.
It's hard to believe looking at you today, and I don't know, unless you've known someone from 4 years ago, that you were homeless. I mean, you look just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you to believe sometimes? Do you look back and think that was just as your mom once said, that could be you? Do you look back and think,
Yeah.
I can't believe that was me? Or
I absolutely can't believe it. I get on my knees and pray God and thanks. It's a dream I never knew would come true. It's a life of happiness I've never dreamed I ever would feel or experience. I was never comfortable in my own skin. I stuttered really bad.
really?
My whole life I was afraid to talk. Like this? Oh my gosh, no way. I'm afraid I'd stutter all the way through it. And every moment I can't even believe it. It's a haze. It's unbelievable. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. I love work. I used to drink and work all the time. I was in a disease of drugs and alcohol.
Is there anything anybody could have told that 12-year-old girl that would have prevented you from drinking then and going down that path?
Well, I've been told. I think I had to go through it. I had to go through it, and I'm glad I'm out, but I'm glad I went through it. It's an amazing experience of having everything taken away, and it's just you. It's an unbelievable feeling. You know, you're not worried about what kind of car you have. You're kind of not worried about. And people will talk to you like other homeless people because it's you, not because of what your hair looks like, not because this place is very, it's uptown.
Yeah, can be. So is there anything the city could do to help more people? Is there any sort of shelters or anything like that government could do to help
I'm not sure.
your former friends? There's no single answer, or is there a single answer?
I'm not sure about that. I do know to just go let them know what is available. Helped me. I got Medi-Cal because Chet Parker came and told me, when you're ready, I went and signed up for it, and you gotta get homeless people, you gotta give it a shot to sign up for, Medi-Cal and try to get a driver's license, and they're on your side. They're on their side when they're ready. Just there's things available for them. They've got to be ready.
But don't give up on them.
Don't go. Oh, absolutely not.
Some people are afraid when they see a homeless man or something. Are they people we should be afraid of?
No. I just like anybody else. Do what your gut tells you.
Yeah.
But if someone is down on their luck and they're next in line, be nice to them. They're like anybody else. They're doing their best. They don't want to, they don't want to be there. Nobody wants to smell, One of my homeless friends, won't go because they're like, wait a minute, I haven't showered. I don't feel right. Just give them don't give up on them. If you're scared of them, it's just like you'd be scared of a neighbor who's just giving you a bad vibe.
Yeah.
But don't be scared of them because they don't look right or have a clean shirt on. Absolutely not. There's some good people. There's some really, 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 really good people.
And when you were sleeping on the ground, I know you were drinking a lot back then, but did you dream of a day when you would be not homeless and have a home and have a partner and a life, or was that even just beyond your wildest thoughts?
It was beyond my wildest thoughts. I never knew. I didn't know if I was gonna be this, 70-year-old person on the street, if God would even let me live that long. Frightened if I would take too long to ever be able to say hi to my mom and dad again.
So, will the issue of homelessness ever go away?
I don't know. Probably not. You can't. Because who's to say who owns the world? And I had it together. People have it together.
And it truly could be something that could happen to anybody.
You're supposed to give them, what you can.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
That's about it. I want to thank you.
No.
I can't even believe. I hope this helps somebody. I wish there was more, but those homeless people are wonderful, and just love them like you love God and Jesus.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Okay, thank you
Thank you
too.
for sharing.